Well, good day, everybody, and welcome to the program. It is Countywide, and we're happy to welcome into our studio today a guest that we've talked to many times, and a lot of folks in the Verde Valley certainly are going to know Brian Detweiler, Chief Executive Officer of the Old Town Mission. Carrie Lightfoot is the Chief Operating Officer, the CEO, the COO, the top two dogs, they would say, for the Old Town Mission in Cottonwood. And we're happy to welcome into the studio today. We're going to talk about a number of things. We're not going to have enough time, Brian, because I know that the Old Town Mission is a very vital operation, and times have never been, do we say, better or worse, but certainly busier. And we appreciate having the two of you come in today.
Thank you.
Let's get right to it. First of all, we've got to talk about our centerpiece today.
Yes.
One of the many things that the Old Town Mission does in assisting folks in need in our community, they're always looking for money, raising money, and a lot of folks and their resources help out. But you've gotten very creative over the years. We've talked a lot about that, and one of the ways you do this is with the thrift store and different things. And I'm guessing that our centerpiece today, and for our radio listeners, I'm going to have Carrie in a moment kind of describe what these are. This is about fundraising for the mission?
Actually, no. We believe that the greatest social program in America is not government entitlement programs, but a good job. And so we as the Old Town Mission are committing ourselves to actually creating jobs in the local economy here, and then training people in workforce development.
So this is about getting people to work or back to work?
To work. We're actually creating jobs. We've actually created, with our new business, the Garden of Glass, we've created 2 jobs so far this year, and we're hoping to expand that.
So often these days we talk about job creation, and everybody turns an eye or an ear to the federal government and the higher levels of government. Well, it's not happening. Is that where this came from? We need to take the bull by the horns locally?
Right. We don't take any government funding whatsoever.
Right.
And so we want to be creative. We're taking a much more entrepreneurial approach to addressing social issues. We're basically taking market strategies and applying them to these social issues. So if we believe that jobs are the best way to address those social issues, then we're creating the jobs. And if the local community is a little bit back on their heels, which I believe they are, then we as a nonprofit have some advantages in not having to do the tax things so much.
Right.
So we're creating businesses, and that's what we're dedicated to do now. Is we've actually created a whole new division called Old Town Mission Vocational Industries. It's a social enterprise type of operation. We're going to create diverse businesses with a triple bottom line of caring for people in their spiritual, their physical or vocational needs, and then the earned income that comes, profit that comes from the businesses will go back into creating more businesses or developing more social programs, which are vitally needed here in the area.
Sounds pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
And it needs to be. Those are the times.
I'm tired.
I was going to say.
How about you?
I'm tired too.
Well, it impresses me because, I mean, the Old Town Mission, I think even to this day, a lot of folks think, to put it under an umbrella, soup kitchen. Or a place where folks can go, similar to the Yavapai Food Bank, and there's that element, but there's a heck of a lot more. And Carrie, the two of you know better than any of us that that's the case. So is that kind of what this is, the latest in being creative? The thrift store came along, and was that another?
Our desire is to create businesses in different markets. So this is an e-commerce business. So we will develop businesses that are focused, they're online internet businesses, where we can offer product nationally or internationally and kind of create dollars and generate dollars outside of the local economy. Although this product also will be sold in the new showroom, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Okay.
But we are trying to be creative. We're called to serve people in their need, and we will continue to do that. So the compassion services, what people know as the soup kitchen, as you said, will stay just as it is, if not get better. And this division, we're now focusing on creating, finding, identifying opportunities that are out there that perhaps the mission can kind of take on and put people to work.
I think a lot of folks listening are going to be pleased in the sense, so often, especially when tax dollars are involved, and with the Old Town Mission, it's a different thing, but the notion of instead of a handout, or in addition to a handout, a hand up.
A hand up, exactly.
And this certainly seems to be what that is.
And we've used kind of the scriptural reference of teaching a man to fish. You can give them a fish or you can teach them to fish.
Right.
So we're kind of building on that principle. And
actually with the 2 different divisions that we have, the compassion services and the social enterprise, we're doing a 2-prong approach, which is not only providing the food and the helps to people, in our compassion services, but also going one step further and addressing the root causes of poverty in the local area, which is a lack of opportunity. So we're creating opportunity.
Our Cable One viewers are going to be able to take a look and see what we have, but Carrie, the challenge will be for our radio listeners. You've got rocks in the middle of my table. What's going on?
We have the glass boulders sitting on the table that are made from recycled glass.
Okay.
And one of the businesses that we've created is called The Garden of Glass.
Okay.
And we market and sell recycled glass aggregates, landscaping materials.
Okay.
So basically it's like the granite in your front yard, you know, the 1 inch or so granite, but it's made from recycled glass. And so we have about 20 different colors and 3 or 4 different sizes, so you can be very creative with it and dress up your landscape. Or actually, it's also used in fire pits. So we sell a fiberglass product.
This is all new to me. It's really interesting, and we've talked a little bit off microphone about it. TheGardenofGlass.com.
Correct.
Folks can look there and get an idea.
And we will create a showroom which will highlight the glass and show the different uses, and the glass will be available locally for sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where does the money go, and how does this create jobs?
Well, the money, as that comes in, goes to create other opportunities. We're working on a number of different
What Brian talked about
job
earlier.
opportunities or businesses that we will begin, and it also goes into feed and kind of nurture.
Sure.
This business is new for us.
Sure,
you know, this
sure.
is a young business, so it will take some time to build it up. We currently have hired 2 people. Once we have the showroom, we will begin to stock and package and ship the glass on site. So that will then create a couple of other
Potentially
jobs.
more hires, and
We're also-
like any business operates.
And we're also working on some plans to to manufacture something, an item incorporating the glass into it. So maybe some cast pavers with the glass in it, or garbage containers, you know, cement with the glass on it.
When you start talking about creative and decorative, the sky's the limit. I've
It is.
kind of found
it
that.
is. But that certainly would put a lot of people to work if we could create some light manufacturing.
It's
in the
an
area.
amazing product. It's absolutely beautiful. One of our biggest clients that we've had so far, and this happened last month, the Federal Reserve Bank in Chicago actually used our landscaping materials to, it's our tax dollars at work, okay? I don't mind taking tax money that way if they're buying
running
something.
that way. All right.
But they created out of blue glass a river on top of their Federal Reserve Bank building in their little garden area or something like that. Absolutely beautiful.
Interesting.
So, so that's one of our large ones. But they come in 6 to 12 inch rock size all the way down to sand. We can do sand as well.
No kidding.
And, yeah.
And this is all made from post-consumer. It's all recycled glass. So
That's
it's
what I think is
post-consumer
really
glass
cool, yeah.
as well as industrial waste glass that is then remelted, and then the color is added.
Right. So the larger pieces are just not tumbled as much. It's colored, it's heated up, and then it's tumbled to the various sizes.
They're not molded.
No.
In a specific mold to form, a bust or something like that. I suppose they can be. So it's kind of like the way nature might make glass,
Yes.
and only much faster in an industrial sense.
And it's gorgeous. And out here, we're so limited in color. Brown, red, and rust. The color options we
and
have.
it's miles away from building a house or tourism, which have driven Arizona so far, and which we have learned can bust at any
But we've had people create mosaics in their front yards with these, just beautiful things. Ledbetter Law Firm, put a little pitch in for them. They have a couple of mosaics out there, and then they did something called Lawn Topper, which is if you're tired of the granite because it's kind of boring, and you can take some of our product and throw it out there on top, and it creates this sort of glittery, kind of beautiful, and you can do it in, we have 20 or 30 different colors and different sizes. So
it's fun.
Absolutely
it's a lot
beautiful.
of fun.
It's like little diamonds on your front yard.
Like we say, the sky's the limit.